Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experience as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. Magnicraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com or magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting, doing church God's way. Are you aware? Hello. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome everyone to this live broadcast show. Welcome to the second Monday Morning Matters of September 2023. Today is the 11th September 2023. We have started the first episode on the dangers of vanity metrics. We started that series last week, Monday. On today's Monday Morning Matters, we're going to go on with the part 2 of Dangers of Vanity Metrics. Welcome everyone to this Facebook Live broadcast show and YouTube channel. I'm so glad you are part of this live broadcast show. In the past, this program has been going on for almost 5 years, and I can tell you there's rich content on my YouTube channel, on the Facebook page, to be able to get some good news. Thank you for hooking up with us. We're so glad you are part of this live broadcast show. I am Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Niyi Dunmade, the founder, CEO, Magnicraft Consulting. Let me tell you a little bit about Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, trainings, and strategic blueprints. Okay, so we have quite a lot of assessment, culture, leadership, church, all kinds of church health assessment to be able to help you to take quality decisions, sound decisions, and the appropriate decisions when it comes to leading your church in the right direction. Our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, and adaptable solutions. So most of the time we want to look at your context, come up with a contingent plan to see how your church can be healthy and grow to the glory of God. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the US, and also a certified church consultant with Church Answers University. And so please feel free. You're listening to an expert. You're talking to an expert. I'm your host to the weekly Facebook Live broadcast show every Mondays of the week, 7 a.m. Nigerian time, West African time, or GMT +1. I'm also known as the Church Health Guide of the 21st century. A big thank you. I'm so glad that for the groups of Facebook group of pastors who are permitting our content to come into their space. I say big thank you to you. Thank you for allowing our content to be helpful to your followers. And I'm so getting some feedbacks on how timely some of this broadcast content is to you. Let's do a little bit of promo to pay some bills, and then we will move from there to the juice of the day. So let's go Today we're going to talk about the dangers of vanity metrics. Vanity metrics. We started with an introduction last week, Monday, but we're going to go deeper into what the vanity metrics is and how dangerous it is to your church and even to you as a pastor. You want to become a certified church consultant. You want to help your church become healthy. You want to help your church to grow. You want to revitalize your church. You want to become a sound, certified, well-trained, well-equipped church consultant. Reach out to me to see how we can help you out so that I can help your own church and help other churches revitalize. I'm telling you, you're going to get up to more than 40% discount. So hook up on all the social media handles, chat with me, and let's see how we can make those discounts available to you. And this discount is for all the pastors in Nigeria, not in the US, please. Dr. Tom Rayner, a very, very good friend of mine, a mentor of mine, who is so magnanimous to be able to give us that massive discount. Please take advantage of this discount. I plead you, is worth it. Even if you pay times 2 of that amount to for this training. And the training is going to be yours for life. So it's not something that you're going to have access to all the trainings, all the materials for life. Now, my book is still selling, Church Retention, Pathway to Growth. Please get my book on church retention. It's going to help you. It's going to help your church. The book is hot. I mean, I'm so humbled how people are buying 300 copies, 100 copies, 200 copies, 50, 40, 20. I mean, it's so massive. And you as a set man, you can buy it for your leaders, because when all of you are on the same page, your church is going to be healthier for it. So please feel free to get my book on Amazon, or chat with me and let's see how we can get the number of copies across to you. So we're going to go on part 2 of 4, the dangers of vanity metrics in your church. Okay, in a church. We started last week with an introduction. What is vanity metrics? Now, vanity metrics is a measure that shows data but does not provide useful information for making sound and right decisions. So it's a data, it's an information, but the information is not useful. It doesn't provide useful information that will help the senior leadership team of a church to make quality decisions. And so we're going to go straight into some of these dangers. Metrics is, what is a metrics? Metrics is also a specific description of a result or an outcome. Okay, you want to a result on an outcome, and its attributes, and of course you will have to be able to know how you're going to measure such attributes. You're going to find out, you're going to measure such attributes. All right. So vanity metrics. So vanity metrics for a healthy church might include focusing solely on a high attendance numbers or social media followers. It is important to prioritize meaningful engagement and community impact and spiritual growth instead. You know, I've seen pastors who are putting so much attention on high attendance, social media followers, high income, how much they're making. But you see, that does not really tell us so much how the church is doing. So you need to begin to put some more importance and emphasis on prioritizing meaningful engagement in terms of discipleship, in terms of assimilation, community impact, and spiritual growth instead. One of the things I would say quickly, as a set man or a leader of the church, make sure you have 2 to 3 metrics that you can place your eyes on always, so that you can be able to watch the trend, and also watch what's going on in your church. You see, one of the things I would say is conversion rate, okay, retention rate, okay, and then and then your weekly per capita giving. Those 3, you can be able to monitor those things every time. I'm sure, because the thing is, there are about 14 vital signs I know I've shared on these my platform. Please make sure that you go on the YouTube channel. Our focus is to help churches grow healthier, and we have talked a lot on what metrics to look out for when you are leading your church to church health. So as a church consultant, our focus is to have your church healthy. We have done many videos, as I've said, on metrics, on vital signs for healthy church. Go on the YouTube channel, you're going to see some of this. So let's go into some of the detailed signs. We said vanity metrics they are data points that may look impressive. Vanity metrics are data points that may look impressive on the surface, but does not necessarily provide meaningful insight or indicate true success or true faithfulness to the mandate that God has given your church. So we need to look at your context, in the context of the healthy church as well, and then begin to look at some of the things, some of these metrics that I'm going to share with us to be able to understand that there are dangers to rely on all these things. As a church consultant, when you engage me in your church, I don't care about your attendance. Sometimes people can begin to use that to show some pride that they are really doing well. You see, your church can be 5,000, your church can be 10,000 and still not be healthy. Okay, but what I look out for in my vital signs is the attendance change week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, in the space of 10 years. How is your attendance changing over those data points? So attendance numbers, putting those things can give you some pride that it can give you some wrong leading to making some decision that your church is healthy. So while high attendance can be encouraging, it does not necessarily reflect the depth of spiritual engagement, the health status of your church, or the impact the church is making on individuals and in lives and community as a whole. Social media followers is the second one. Okay, you having a large followers, you have 10, we're in the days where people buy followers. Okay, having a large following on social media platform can seem impressive. Okay, I had to tell one of my pastors, I said, you see, people are following online, you have to leverage, it's a social capital that can be used to expand your church. So having a large following on social media platform can seem impressive, but the real value lies in the quality of interactions. Okay, how are they engaging on those platforms, and the degree to which the church is fostering a sense of community online. So make sure that you have a community group, the engagement is healthy, the interactions are quality, and then you are also making some transformation in the lives of your people. The third one is website traffic. Okay, a high number of website visitors might not correlate with genuine spiritual growth or meaningful connection within the congregation. So you have 1 million people coming on your website, it does not mean that their lives are changing. So measuring page views of your website is not as useful as measuring the number of new viewers on your website. So how much of your new viewers are coming on your website on a monthly basis? That is even more meaningful than having all the total number of page views coming on your website. Number 4, event participation. Event participation. Okay, simply hosting numerous and big day events. Okay, you are doing some global big day event does not guarantee that your church is healthy or is effectively meeting the needs of its members or making any positive impact in the community. See, one of the things is you need to also know, have some how will I put it now? What is the event going to achieve? And then begin to appraise that event and then see how much that event has delivered on the objectives of that event. So having hosting numerous big day event does not guarantee that your church is actually effectively meeting the needs of the people that are coming. Instead, fixating on these vanity metrics, a healthy church should prioritize the following key indicators of success, and then we're going to elaborate on these key indicators of success, because one of our goals is to make sure that your church becomes healthy. Because when your church is healthy, there's so much your church can do as a whole. There's so much your church can do as a whole. And so Well, one is spiritual growth. How do you measure spiritual growth? You know, one of my father-in-law, I asked him, how do you know that a disciple is mature? These questions are critical for every church to answer, because the goal of the church is to make a mature disciples, and we need to find a way every year to measure spiritual growth, measuring the number of people actively participating in Bible studies, in evangelism, in prayer groups, in discipleship programs, those in fastings, those spiritual disciplines, as well as their progress in all these things I'm mentioning. That's their spiritual journey as a whole. You see, one of the things that is difficult for churches is to be able to track this spiritual growth, track the numbers of individuals that are participating in small groups. So one of the 14 vital signs that we look out for in churches is tracking the participation of your congregation in small groups, in Bible studies, mentorship group, discipleship groups, and you know how much of your congregation are into or participating in those groups. Measure the frequency of prayer, personal prayer and meditation, and reading of the scripture of your members. Do you have a tracking form to be able to know how they're frequently reading? Okay, monitoring their progress is in understanding and applying biblical principles to daily life. You see, one of the things I've learned is that this journey, you can just miss it in one moment. And so you need to be able to monitor progress in the understanding and the application of biblical concepts and principles to their daily lives. Number two has to be community impact. Outside of my world, we don't do community analysis. In church answers, we call it know your community. Because if you don't know your community, you can't be able to relate to your community effectively. So assessing the church involvement in charitable activities should be from the light of community awareness. Okay, the depth of your community awareness will determine the extent of your community impact. So how much are you involved in charitable activity? How much are you involved in volunteering work to your community? Incentives that essentially benefit the local community and beyond. You see, your Jerusalem is very peculiar. Your Jerusalem is very unique. And if you are able to do a community analysis to know them better, your preaching will be better, your engagement will be better, your involvement will be better, your volunteering, your initiatives to the local community will be better. So keep a record of volunteer hours dedicated to community service and outreach projects. Okay, find a way of also doing your community analysis periodically. Okay, maybe every year at least, that you are able to do a community analysis to be able to know what has changed, because people change. It's only God that does not change. So a community can change in 6 months, in 1 year, in 2 years. Gone are the days where culture changes it takes 10 years. Right now, a culture shift can take place in 3 months, 6 months. COVID has made it clear for us on how that is so clear in our world today. So, document tangible ways in which the church has positively affected the lives of individuals in need in your community. Collect feedbacks. One of the things is, as you are planted as a church in that community, it's not by accident. You need to collect feedbacks and testimonials from the community members so that you'll be able to know what's working, what's not working. Are you really connected to these people? So that you are making the impact that you need to make with the effort that your church is making. So community impact is very important. Number 3 has to do with meaningful engagement. Focus on the depth of engagement rather than the sheer numbers. Okay, how are members actively participating in discussions, asking questions, forming genuine relationship in the church? Okay, begin to look at the depth of discussion, interactions during gatherings, both in person and online. Encourage open dialogue. Create opportunities for members to share their thoughts, questions, and insights. Use surveys periodically and focus group to gauge your members' feelings of connection and engagement. Okay, the 4th one has to be life transformation. Look for testimonies that people are changing, people are embracing your church teachings, supporting supporting the things you are teaching, and also imbibing the things that you are teaching in their lives as a whole. So collect personal stories of how people are changing through involvement with church activities, and then be able to celebrate instances of personal growth, healing, overcoming challenges, temptation within your congregation. Provide a platform for members to share their experience and inspire others as well. The fifth one is discipleship. Evaluate the effectiveness of your church efforts to equip members with the knowledge and tools they need to live out their faith beyond just Sunday service. Okay, so develop a curriculum that promotes continuous learning on Mondays, Tuesdays during the week. Provide practical guidance for applications of their faith in various aspects in the marketplace, in the workplace, of your members. Also monitor attendance and engagement in discipleship classes, workshops. Like I know one of my fathers in the Lord, every year they are always doing training, Bible school, discipleship classes, leadership classes, workshops, and things like that. So measure the extent to which members are incorporating these teachings in their daily lives. I've mentioned that their relationship building, measure the sense of belonging, connectedness within your congregation, both offline or on-site and online. You see, foster a welcoming and inclusive environment where newcomers, long-time members are valued and accepted. Create opportunities for social interaction, connections, so that people can be able to connect better and be able to look beyond just Sunday service to get that thing. The last one has to do with long-term commitment. Assess consistency of involvement and commitment from members over a long time. You see, once you don't demand accountability, the disconnect will be so short. So monitor members' retention rate over time to assess the church ability to sustain meaningful relationship on a long haul. So recognize and appreciate long-serving members who have demonstrated a consistent commitment to the church mission. Offer opportunities for continuous growth and involvement to prevent stagnation and promote ongoing engagement. So please, a healthy church should aim to create an environment where individuals can experience spiritual growth, find support, and make positive impact on the world around them, rather than focusing solely on superficial or vanity metrics. Okay, focusing on these meaningful indicators, a healthy church can cultivate an environment where individuals not only attend services but also experience personal transformation, build strong connections, contribute positively to the well-being of both the congregation and the broader community. Okay, I've been able to say so much. If I've said something so fast, please feel free to just watch the video again. I'm going to wrap up in the next 2 minutes. Please, if this video, if you have any church-related questions for me, please, let's have them in any of the social media. Scroll on the screen. I'm going to get more than an answer from me. Please, you have any questions for me, please feel free to hook up with me on any of the social media, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Please let us have your questions. You're going to get helpful answers from me immediately. All right, immediately. Please go on all our social media handles, and then please make sure you like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified when we have new videos uploaded. Please feel free to make sure you do that for me in our social media. Please, these videos have been useful to you. Please give us a like, share us to your community, give us a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you where you are watching me from. Let me hear from you. Let's also know what other vanity metrics that you have identified and you have known now. These are vanity metrics that you should not put the life of your church on. Please feel free to put that on the comment section on any of the comment on YouTube or Facebook. I will sure get a response to that. We do church consultation, we do church revitalization, we do trainings for your church leaders or workers. We also do strategic planning. Reach out to us and let us help your church move to where God wants it to be. We give excellent church consulting for health, for vitality, and result. Okay. So please, let the numbers on the screen are 08023242258. Don't forget to put +234 if you're calling from outside the country. Thank you for your attention, and may God bless each and every one of us and our churches to God's glory. Till I come your way next week, Monday, with the part 3 of this, the dangers of vanity metrics. I say bye-bye. I love you, and God bless you.